Right, I'm checking to check it out. So it's an open can of full sugar Coke, you know. I know there's a lot of people who got they got, what do you call it? They've got sugar phobias, you know what I mean? They've got sugar phobia. And they're the ones who have a miserable life, you know what I mean? Always trying to avoid sugar and shit. Anyway, let's get to the point in the video. So we've got Rolly Romero versus Tank Davis this Saturday, right? This Saturday night. And I'm going for Rolly Romero, okay? And I'll be honest, I never heard of Rolly Romero up until he got announced for Tank's fight. But I've watched basically all his fights that I could find on YouTube. All of his interviews and that. I've just been studying the guy quite a bit. And you know what? I love the guy's energy, bro. I love, like, he's just different, bro. Like, he's my kind of guy. Like, I like his personality. He's just funny as fuck. He don't give a fuck. He says what he wants to say. You know, he says things to get an effect out of people, stuff like that, and it works. You know what I mean? He's a funny guy, man. And not only that, bro, the boy can fight. The boy can fight. Yeah. People wanna get hung up about his fight against Marinas. Yeah. Where, to be honest, I watched the fight. I don't think he won that fight. Probably a draw at best for Rolly Romero, to be honest, you know. But fucking hell, doesn't every fighter have an off night or face an opponent that is a bit awkward for him, you know? Happens all the fucking time. So why are people so hung up about that fight? It's just fucking dumb. It's nice. Just finished my workout today. This is what we need to refuel the body, you know? Simple sugars. Anyway, I'll tell you, Rolly Romero reminds me of what's his name? Like, his whole personality and his, like, his persona and just the outlandish stuff he comes out with, and just his attitude, his demeanor, just the way he goes about, bro. He reminds me of Keith Thurman. I'm surprised nobody's picked up on that. Okay, he reminds me of Keith Thurman, right? Like, Keith Thurman, like, he's so full of himself, yeah. And don't get me wrong, Keith Thurman, he's got the right to be full of himself. You know, he's had a couple of losses, I think, 1 or 2 losses. One against Pacquiao. Did he lose? Was that his only loss? Can't remember. But anyway, he's got the right to, because, you know, he's done his thing over the years. You know, and obviously he's coming down a bit. You know, he's coming towards the end of his career now. But so what? He's done what he could do. He's done what he did, and he had a good career. Yeah. And up to so far, up to now, Rolly Romero has had a great career. You know, undefeated. Not only is undefeated, he's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of knockouts. He started boxing late as well. I think he started boxing at 18 or 19, bro, and that's late for starting boxing. And from there to get to where he's got already, you got to applaud him for that. And, you know, the way he talks and the way he goes about himself, he's got a lot of self. You know, people can call him cocky and arrogant, but I like that shit, bro. I like it. He's got the right to be. He's got the right to be. You know what I mean? And I just love the way he fights, man. I love the way, you know. So it almost sounds like I got a fucking man crushing him, but I haven't. But it just reminds me of him real bad. Keith Thurman, man. He's like a mini Keith Thurman. But yeah, man. I want nothing. Even if he loses a Tank fight, which I don't really know how this fight's gonna go. I really don't, because Tank's a different kind of fighter. I can see how Rolly can get exploited, but I can also see how Rolly's awkward enough and powerful enough to put some hurt on Tank. You get me? So I can't really make a prediction, but I want Rolly to win. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Tank hurt quite bad in this fight. Not to say that you may still lose. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised, you know. And then if he did lose the fight, I don't care if he loses the fight, bro, because to me, he's got a fan in me for life, you know. So even if he loses this fight, it doesn't mean he won't lose other fights going forward. Hopefully, he wins this fight. He's the big underdog. You know, me personally, I'm not. You know, I don't want him to. I don't really like Tank as a fight. I don't really like Tank Davis and Stone. And that's not. No, I'm not trying to. Like, I haven't really got. Even though I don't like him, I'm not biased enough to think that Rolly Romero is going to steamroll him. I'm not, because I just don't know how the fight's going to play out. You know what I mean? I just don't really like Tank, to be honest. Because remember, you were saying some slick shit about Deontay Wilder. And whoever says any slick shit or some fucked up shit about Wilder, bro, I just don't like at all. You know what I mean? Having said that about Wilder, I'm gonna make a video about. I'm gonna make a video that I don't think anybody's been talking about. I don't think anyone's mentioned this about Wilder, and unfortunately, you know, if my old channel was still up, you'll see all the Wilder videos that I made. Wilder's like, to me, I don't look up to nobody, right? I don't really look up to another man, but to see what Wilder's done for himself, his family, for the culture, bro, that's somebody you can't not look up to. You know what I mean? Like, I love the guy, bro. Like, Wilder's the number one heavyweight for me, bro. Even if he doesn't fight no more, I don't give a fuck. See, that's what I mean. I'm not even interested in the heavyweight division that Wilder's got no more. I don't give a fuck about it. But I'm gonna make a video about something about Wilder, right? But that I don't think no one's mentioned. And it's, yeah. I would say it's slightly controversial, but I've been thinking about it a lot ever since the last 2 Fury fights. How he got cheated, because something stood out to me. But anyway, I'll go into that another day, another time. Anyway, with that, I'm out.